ITP is an academical resource which I have been lucky to attain. Dude, I don't know.
It looked kind of cool. Still had no idea what they did here.
It's like humans plus technology plus humans plus technology plus humans plus technology.
Probably a lot of people still have that notion of, I have no idea what they do in there, but something very interesting about it.
Because, you know, it's a problem. Oh, it was a problem when I was a student here. Oh, so what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to a graduate school. Oh, where? I'm going to this program called ITP. Oh, what's that? Well, I'm going to med school. You know, it's just, it's hard to describe. Rob has gamefully tried to condense, to give us, I guess, a mission statement, or at least a working description of the place, which he fit on the back of a business card. We should insert that now. We're trying to teach students that how to describe the program. When they can describe the program to their parents, they graduate.
ITP has definitely changed its personality over the years.
It has evolved twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times.
Did anybody kind of know where it was going to go? Of course not.
It actually had its origins in 1970. When somebody gave me a Portapac camera, I took a look at it, and I thought, people could make their own documents. They don't need videographers. They could actually make their own documents. I was fortunate with a colleague to get some money from the Markle Foundation to start something called the Alternate Media Center in 1971. And so it was when I was doing that that I realized that there was no graduate department anywhere that provided this kind of opportunity for people to play with tools. And so in 1979, ITP was started with 20 students. It became apparent that the whole structure of communicating was radically altering.
There was, again, the spirit of pioneering and trying, and you know, they ran with it.
When ITP started in the late 70s, there were no computers, and they were using closed caption video to do a lot of conferencing and stuff like that. Really interesting stuff.
The computer arrived here, and it said video out. And I thought, video out? Video on a computer? Wow.
With video, you know, when we started off, there was a lot more really having to have high-end machines and having to work with, you know, professional cameras and all of that. Yet we still did it because that was the point of recently or barely possible.
That was a big shift, and that was really about democratizing media. But it was linear media, so it was really playing in that game.
When you bump into the camera above the world, you get a view of a camera which is hanging outside our window at the corner of Broadway and Waverly.
Excuse me, look up! Say hi, you're on TV. Yo!
This was kind of a squirrely place. You know, it wasn't that snappy. It was, you know, there was this, well, I don't want to say it was a backwater, but there were a lot of weird people here. And so at 11 o'clock at night, we'd gather and make some kind of show.
They used to have a show called Marianne Rubberhead.
Rubberhead is known to be essential to spiritual equilibrium on Earth.
You have chosen to enter Marianne Rubberhead and test her healing powers. There will be time for you to think or say only one word. Make yourself comfortable, relax your body, and allow your brain to slow down.
Some of the current students may not know that, God, back in the day, I can't even remember the year, it's probably sometime in the 80s, you know, we had a really interesting experiment here, again, when Dan O'Sullivan was a student. And it was an experiment trying to work with interactive cable.
When they set up the cable television system in Manhattan, they ran a cable to this building. So there used to be this cable that was sticking out of a wall here that plugged in to everyone's TV in Manhattan. It was amazing. And it was, we'd be on television like on channel 3, 5 nights a week at 11 o'clock. So people are going between Letterman and Leno, and they're, you know, there's ITP. It was kind of a strange thing. It was a little wrinkle. I don't know how long it lasted, but it was very funny.
Now anybody can navigate Dan's apartment just by speaking into their telephone. You've gotten through.
I took a shopping cart and I just filmed my whole apartment with the and got all the segments. And then when people called in, I hooked it up to a telephone, so when they called in, they could navigate through my apartment, and then they'd watch on their TV.
And you are now on the air.
I mostly just did it because I could, and I had a little extra. And so then it got written up in the New Yorker, and you know, I was on TV, and I was kind of famous for about 15 minutes. And you know, because people would love to watch this show, where they could just walk through this empty, very boring apartment in Stuyvesant Town, and it became, you know, it became kind of a thing.